You're watching the award-winning GHS TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Shelby County Schools Report. I'm Avery Moore.
And I'm Scarlett Simpson. Today we've assembled some of our most memorable teacher features and faces of SCS, highlighting educators right here in Shelby County. The show is jam-packed today, so let's head to our first classroom.
Just spend a few minutes watching Ken Green teach and it becomes obvious that this is someone who loves what they do. SCSR reporter Sarah Mayers had a chance to visit the Grandview Heights Middle School music and media teacher and found out he is just as passionate about his students and their education.
What we're going to do is go over the lesson that you guys had last Tuesday before we left for the break.
Inside this classroom at Grandview Heights Middle School, it may not look like it, but musical magic is happening. Combining music and today's media, teacher Ken Green has created a class you won't find anywhere else in Shelby County.
Music and media is a class I've developed over several years of working here in Shelby County Schools. It's sort of a hybrid course combining the best of general music in terms of composition, performance, a lot of the literacy pieces, reading and writing music.
We do drumming exercises, we study rhythms and different patterns of music, we annotate forms, and we do kind of notations of music. It's really fun.
This class gives students a hands-on experience. In today's technology, like this iPad, they're able to express their vocal and musical performances.
We learned about the drum circle, how to put the beats in formation. We learned a lot about Africa too.
The world drumming part of the class goes back to that first year as well. As I mentioned, we didn't have a lot of resources in the classroom at that time, and one of the first things I was able to get was a set of world drums.
The drums are actually their desk, which is really cool because each child has a drum.
Faculty members say, since he's been at Grandview Heights, Ken Green has changed the way they view traditional learning.
What I've learned from Ken Green is to think out of the box and actually look to recraft the box. Class can take on a different definition when we redefine what we have students doing with our classwork.
Does this poem tell you something about the content?
I think he pushes the envelope as far as what we're supposed to teach the kids listed on the curriculum.
Besides being creative, one of the main goals of the class is to apply lessons to other academic classes and vice versa.
He redefines possibility. You know, a lot of students, they find out music's on their schedule, like music. Oh, but this is not your typical music class. This is a music class that involves everything from politics to literature in a realistic and relevant way that again captures the interest and imaginations of students. Who would not love having that on your staff?
And Green says he loves knowing that what he is doing will impact his students for the rest of their lives.
I want them to realize through the work we do here that they have their own voice.
For Shelby County Schools Report, I'm Sarah Mayers.
The Holocaust is one of the most horrific periods in human history. It can be a hard lesson to teach in school. It demands a high level of sensitivity and keen awareness of the complexity of the subject matter. As SCSR reporter Dee Dee Noel found out, teacher Sandra Boyer is not afraid to tackle the topic head on.
He wasn't accepting people, he put them into death camps.
When it comes to teaching the Holocaust, Central High School teacher Sandra Boyer is in her element.
I've always had an interest in anything historical. World War II is it's a very important part of our history, and the Holocaust is something that's always interested me.
Innocent people were being killed. Your family members were being killed. Should we have gotten involved in this?
The Holocaust is so important to Boyer, she incorporates the topic into all her classes and has even invited survivors to talk to her students.
She's really excited and enthusiastic and passionate about history and trying to make history come alive to her kids.
That passion is one of the reasons Boyer was one of 3 teachers to receive the 2017 Bells-Lippmann Holocaust Educator Award, given by the Tennessee Holocaust Commission.
I am humbled, I am honored. I do not believe I necessarily deserve it because there are so many wonderful teachers in our system that deserve this honor.
She's truly worthy of it. I mean, we're excited for her. It obviously reflects well on the school.
He wasn't accepting people, he put them into death camps.
Colleagues say it's her unique approach to teaching the Holocaust that wins over students and helps them open up.
She trusts them and she's respectful to them, and that same respect comes back.
How can people with privilege make a difference to take that privilege away? Or should we take privilege away?
She connects well with her students because she's real with them. She's a very genuine person. She's a little weird and a little off, and I think that shows that you're able to open up and be real with somebody.
With the help of the organization Facing History and Ourselves, Boyer has been able to develop a curriculum that is eye-opening, challenging, and relatable to her students.
The Holocaust is so graphic, it's easy to catch someone's attention through the graphic imagery or video of the camps or of how people were treated. But I like to talk about stories. I feel like I'm a storyteller. And so I'll take a story and I'll lead them down a road. I'll take them from beginning to end. And I believe that affects students more than anything else.
It's through these stories that Boyer tries to instill life lessons in her students.
I wanted my students to be more caring. I wanted them to be open, to understand that there's so many people throughout history that's been oppressed and mistreated. That's why there's so much conflict sometimes.
I've definitely realized a lot about looking at my fellow man and being understanding of their story and knowing that whoever they are in that time and place that you met them is crafted through their past.
Teachers like Ms. Boyer are what makes Central High School one of the most well-known schools in Shelby County. She strives for her students to walk out of her class with an understanding of our culture, society, and develop a compassion for justice.
If any child is being hurt, then it's our business.
She taught us not to sit by. She taught us we should change the world instead of just, what we used to do, sit by, watch people, stand up and say something.
I won't say I was closed-minded before Miss Boyer, but taking her classes and listening to her and her opinions and just that mindset kind of changed me, probably for the rest of my life.
Reporting for Shelby County Schools Report, I'm Deborah Noel.
The way educators teach has changed a lot in the past 50 years, and one of Shelby County principals has been there every step of the way. Let's meet Margaret McKissick-Larry, principal of Avon Lennox School, in this month's Faces of SCS.
You'll be leaving us pretty soon now. We got to be sure you know all of the safety signs.
I was born into a very, 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 very creative family. My mom, born in Batesville, Mississippi. Back in the day, in Mississippi, if you were smart, you got a chance to teach. So she was kind of a teacher in a one-room school. Education was all around us. We had no choice.
One of your favorite books, I see a smile.
She never stopped being a teacher. You're talking well over 50 years of experience.
I'm with the kids all the time. On Fridays when they have their incentive dance, when they've been good all week, I'm in there dancing with them. So I'm with them. That's what I like.
We're a family here.
Keep that in mind. We are here for whom? For the students, always.
I like Miss Larry because she's my favorite principal. She's like a grandmother figure to me.
She brings out the joy up in Avon Lennox.
Every day, my brain is working. I'm trying to be creative. I'm trying to think of ways to make things better.
We'll do a horse derby at the farm, on the farm.
Our students are very unique. They come in with a special set of skills.
We're working on the skills that sometimes, our students might not have been thought of.
Separating food group items as healthy or unhealthy.
We know what they need, so therefore we provide that, for each and every kid. You will not see them reading a book as you would in a regular class. You would see them using the smart board. You will see them using manipulatives. A lot of our kids are nonverbal, so we have to learn how to communicate with them, which we do.
Oh, they love her. You ought to see the way their faces lights up when they're unloading the buses in the morning. They come up the bus walk and she greets them and they run and hug her.
She does everything she can for these students. And they know when she comes in that she's not just the principal, she's somebody that cares about them. She talks to them. She never treats them as anything else other than an adult.
But I always tell them, you are a kid to me. And they accept it. They are really great.
If she went to another school, it won't be like Avon Lennox School anymore.
I found that if I surrounded myself with people who were committed to taking care of the kids, then we could make it.
I've never seen a teacher she couldn't get along with, not one. I really haven't.
I wouldn't call her strict, but she can be very demanding, and she knows what she needs to get done.
The things on here are, of course, deadlines, and we meet deadlines, right?
In our meetings, we exchange ideas and share our successes and failures, too.
She pushes us to no end to get every degree we can get. She just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on until you finally relent and say, okay, I got it, I'm going.
I think she's wonderful. I've never had a principal like her in my life.
I love coming to work. I love meeting the kids and just feeling the joy that they have and having a place that's safe for them.
I'm just thrilled to have been a part of her staff for as long as I have, and I want her to stay as long as she can.
People are always asking, Margaret, well, when are you going to retire? Why should I?
Hello and welcome to Cable Quiz, the academic.
You know how incredible it is to work at a TV station in high school?
GHS TV is a student-run television station.
There's so many things you can do here at GHS TV. You can be in front or behind the camera or both. You have that opportunity. There are no limits.
We have sports and we have news and we have entertainment. So the students here get a well-rounded view of what it's like to be in the TV field.
It's my life. It's what I want to do.
From all of us here at GHS TV, thanks for starting your morning with us. For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775.
Our program here integrates all the disciplines.
Teachers and the students have a very close connection with one another, and that's how we work and communicate.
It's completely creative that they get to essentially design their own lessons.
I think it's great to be a part of this program because you get to have a very close relationship with your teachers as well as your peers.
Making art is self-discovery, and the world without art is a world without heart.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Coach Rodney Salisbury of Whitehaven High School made waves last year when the Tigers won their second 6A state title. When he's not coaching one of the top football teams in the state, he's making a difference in the classroom. His dedication to both students and athletes is why he was our Teacher of the Month.
All right, let's go. Last one. Kick off left.
As a coach, you're a teacher, and as a teacher, you're coaching students, so I think they're intertwined.
Whitehaven High School's Rodney Salisbury wears two different hats. There's his teaching hat.
It's going to exactly be 15. All right, so if you put five in there to be 15, if you put 5 in there, it'll also be.
And his coaching hat.
Only way somebody should be coming clean if one of them gunners slacking.
Coach Salisbury has been teaching Algebra 1 to 9th graders for nearly 20 years. He says growing up he never thought he'd end up teaching, but one experience made him fall in love with it.
But when I graduated college, I worked with the Upward Bound program at Lemoyne College, working with high school students. And I just fell in love with the process of teaching and seeing the light bulb go off in kids' mind when they're learning concepts.
As for coaching, he was born to do that.
I look back, strategy was something I was always into. I liked playing with little G.I. Joe men. I had a whole box of them. I liked to strategize, set up plays and do things, and draw on plays and notebooks.
Coach Salisbury takes his own experiences and uses them to push students and as athletes to be their best self.
He's a father figure to people. Like, you can look up to him. Teaches us right from wrong. Some people don't do that. Some people really don't care. So Coach Salisbury is one of those type of guys that cares.
He wants to develop you not only as just a football player, as a student, but as just a person who's humane in society and very active.
The Whitehaven Tigers have had a lot of success on the field, but Coach Salisbury personally makes sure his athletes are making the grades.
So they understand that school is the most important thing they do. Athletics is something they do outside of that.
He makes sure we have all our work done before we even touch the field. And just to have a coach that wants you to succeed off the field as well as on the field is great.
Coach Salisbury always preaches the fact to use athletics as a vehicle of change. Use athletics to be a way to pay for your college.
Both coach and team have been recognized across the state within the past year. The Whitehaven football team brought home the state championship last football season, while Coach Rodney Salisbury was honored as the 2016 Tennessee Titans Football Coach of the Year.
I'm humble that way, where I know that accolades are going to come to me because I'm the head of the organization, but I know that I don't get there by myself. Obviously, having good players helps a whole lot, but also having a great staff around you, having a great support system.
That support system includes his wife and children.
My wife is involved in everything we do. She's involved with our booster organization, but it definitely is a stress and strain on the time. But when you're doing something you love, it's not really that much stress.
When asked if there is another state championship on the horizon, Coach Salisbury equated it with math.
Let them know there's a process and a procedure to get into the solution or getting to what you want. So we let them know if you do the proper things and you follow the right steps, you can have success.
Reporting for Shelby County Schools Report, I'm Avery Moore.
This month, we are saluting Downtown Elementary School Principal Deborah Martin for her service to her students and country. Principal Martin served in the U.S. Army for more than 20 years. In 2004, she came to Shelby County Schools and has used her skills to lay a foundation for her students' futures. Here's her story in this month's Faces of SCS.
Good morning, Downtown Skyscrapers. Happy Friday. Of course,
I have hit the lottery. To have her wisdom, and she's already imparted in me so many different protocols and procedures to help me have a successful year. It has truly been amazing.
She's kind, patient, and well thought out.
Because one thing that I learned is that when we respect students, they respect us.
Yeah.
She has a wonderful, interesting background with military.
During my recruiting years, I spent a lot of time in the schools, and it was at that point that I fell in love with the students and realized that what I wanted to do next was to go into the field of education.
So she's not the stereotypic military person that I have known.
I told them my story, and I told them about my military background so that they would understand. Going from a field where it's mostly males to a field where it's mostly females, it's different, and it's a challenge for me.
I welcome it, actually. I really do welcome her experience that she has, serving our country.
She means business, but can present it in a way that the children respond to her well.
Every time we need help, she is always there for us, and when we are hurt, she always takes care of us.
Miss Martin is the best because every time we come in, she hugs and greets us.
I'm not an office desk person who likes to sit behind a desk, and so to have a challenging day, to have something to do throughout the day that's meaningful, that's purposeful, making sure, and to just be serving and helping, that's what really just makes my day.
This woman that I work for is such an advocate for children, and when she interacts with them, she's loving with them. She speaks to them in a tone that's very respectful. She doesn't yell and scream at the children. If they're being inappropriate, she's also going to be stern with them.
She's very strict. She doesn't play when people do
have bad behavior. She's strict, but she's also nice.
What I realized with the smaller children is that if you reach them when they're young and you can help them at that point, then by the time they get to high school, then they are ready for life.
She also has high expectations for her teachers. She has this thing that says, don't sweat the small stuff.
As a principal, and as a leader here, you know, I can teach you instructional strategies, you know, I can teach you management skills, and I can help you by modeling for you, you know, how to teach children. But the most important thing that you should have is a heart for children, and you should love children and love people.
How is he feeling? Sad. She wanted us to make sure that we had that time with the students to bond.
Just to be like a 4-year-old and not see color, or you know, not see this society, or not see that society, or not see this background, or this culture, or that culture, and to just see everybody as people and to love everybody. That's my hope for the world. That's my real hope for the world.
From stage to classroom and vice versa, Germantown High School's Billy Pullen has spent nearly 25 years doing the two things he loves the most: teaching and acting. His passion to his crafts has paid off. Mr. Pullen is a national award-winning teacher and award-winning playwright, and that's why we named him our Teacher of the Month.
When she says that Linus was killed at a place where 3 roads meet, and Edmund starts going, you know, and she says, where? Oh, something at Focus, where the road extends to Delphi and Dorian. And then that's when he begins to almost lose it.
Some people say I'm not the traditional English teacher, and I think that's a compliment.
For 25 years, Billy Pullen has called Germantown High School home. During his time there, he's taught everything from speech and acting to debate and English.
I have IB Junior English. I have 4 sections of that this year, and this year I also have a class in AP Language and Composition, and I have a class in creative writing.
He's racked up multiple local, state, and national teaching awards. And while teaching is his career, it doesn't define him. Mr. Pullen is also a published playwright and actor.
New Moon, an independent theater company, did Hamlet in February, and I played Polonius.
Mr. Pullen's passion for theater and literature bleeds into his lessons.
The theater background, which I taught for quite a while before I taught English, comes in handy.
Mr. Pullen often uses his theater background in his classes, bringing characters and books to life through theater exercises.
Wake up, Phoebe. Holden, when did you get home?
I remember back when we were learning about Oedipus from our summer work, he was always in character about Oedipus and Jocasta.
During Huck Finn, he'll read out some of the lines, and it shows that he's passionate about theater and English.
This leads to a very lively classroom.
You can just walk down the hall and hear his class going on, and it's so lively, and there's so much going on in his classes, and it's all because of his personality.
And we're laughing and we're learning at the same time. The class seems to go by rather quickly.
They're always talking about the weather. I wouldn't say it's a theme.
And while students are having fun learning, Mr. Pullen is pulling the writer out of them.
Phrase that you don't need, that's why you're putting it in commas.
He has the ability of being able to pull out the writing styles of his students and to see who actually has the ability to be a good writer. And then he motivates them and nurtures them.
When you feel like they actually get something, whether it's a moment in literature, whether you see their writing improve, they finally get it.
After 25 years, there's no stopping Mr. Pullen.
Most people in my age range have retired. I'm not ready to do that because I still like it. And people say, if you still really love it, you might as well keep doing it.
Reporting for Shelby County Schools Report, I'm Scarlett Simpson.
I was hoping that if it does go over, you need to go back and see if you can edit your quote.
Darla Young is in her 2nd year as principal of Haven View Middle School. While she is inspiring young minds inside the school, it's her work outside those walls that has been getting most of the attention lately. She's a foster mom and has fostered more than 50 kids. It's a masterclass in love, learning, and life in this month's Faces of SCS.
I am a Whitehaven gal, girl. I still live in Whitehaven area. My parents' house has always been the children's house. We did that in high school. Everybody goes to my parents' house, and it's never a quiet house. I don't like quiet houses. So then after they started doing foster care, and then I bought a house in 2009, and I said, oh, this house is too big. So then by that time I said, oh, I'll just start with 1. And then that 1 kind of led to 2, and that 2 kind of led to 3 or 4 because some of them had children or they were pregnant with children. So that's how my numbers grew. And I've had almost at least 6 to 7 in the house at one time.
She just want to be loved. She just a baby.
I think it's kind of crazy, but I think it's a great thing because it shows her passion and her commitment to the community.
Eat your dinner. You're not.
For a lot of kids, she is the parent that they may not have at home.
What's wrong? Because you don't even look right. What's wrong? I have to teach it and be a parent both ways. So just to divide them two, no, because it's a parent teaching 24 hours a day. But you want to go to your locker in the morning and in the evening. You should bring everything with you.
To me, it would be amazing to see how she does it all, between all those children at home that need her attention, and then all the children here that need her attention, and then all the staff that needs her attention. It's just amazing that she can do all of that.
I may get a phone call at 7 in the morning, I may get a phone call at 7 o'clock at night, and I may get one at midnight and say, we need a place for this child to come. And 9 times out of 10, I say yes. You should stay awake for the next 6 hours. Then your mama can go to sleep.
She's fostered over 50 plus children in the years that she's been doing that. So that again, that speaks to her heart and her love of children.
And I will take the rough ones, the ones that just need somebody to know I'm still gonna love you and accept you for who you are, no matter what's told to me, whatever your background is, what you've been through, what you've been doing, doesn't matter. We're gonna figure this out.
She's like a very loving person. Usually when you meet new people, they're hard to talk to. But when I met her, it was just like, she was like my second mom.
She is very soft-spoken, but she means what she says, and she says what she means. Because the kids know when she says something, it's law.
She is an amazing person. By far, one of the best I've seen.
I haven't did it by myself. I can never take all the credit for it. My colleagues have been like, so much support. Right, so we need that. She can only teach 6th grade, because she's a K through 6. So it's been like a very big collaborative family thing.
Fostering is an amazing opportunity, an amazing thing for somebody to do for the community, because there's so many children that don't have a loving home, and to be able to provide them with one. And listening with Ms. Young's stories about her foster children that she has had over the years has made me interested in becoming a foster parent myself.
If you love children, you're gonna want them around you every day, and you're gonna wanna help them be better. And if they don't have anyone to do that, you're gonna wanna take that role to help them be better in life.
We all care about kids, but that's that extra step. And it just lets you know that her heart is truly in the right place.
There's always a gift in every child and every person. The thing is, we're just trying to find out what that gift is. And I can't take everybody home, and I know I'm crazy enough to take everybody home. And I can't do it, and it frustrates me because I can't take them. So it's not even about me, it's about helping this child succeed.